point is, when you look at them all side by side, a pattern does appear. If that pattern holds, it'll give us some serious insight into the next Killzone. First of all, we need to talk about Killzones and their evolution throughout the different iterations of the game. At the beginning, there was really just what we would now call an open board. With the release of Kill Team Arena, we got our first close combat board and our first taste of what a more competitively focused map might play like. The tight corridors, pre-made layouts gave us our first taste of a close quarters combat environment, and it very, very quickly became the preferred way to play for more competitively minded players. So after open boards and after CQC boards, then came Beta Decima, possibly one of the biggest missteps, I think, in the experimental cycles of Kill Team's Battlefield development. Beta Decima was a kind of an oil rig suspended over toxic oceans, and instead of walls or doors or buildings defining the environment, we were given what the players would lovingly call the swimming pool, which was kind of like an abstract environmental rule which involved the center of the board having, spume and waves breaking line of sight across it. However, that experiment might tell us exactly where the next Killzone is going. So what was that sort of experiment trying to achieve? Vertical platforms combined with abstract environmental factors. If we extrapolate these ideas and maybe try to apply them a little bit more successfully to other types of battlefields, we get a big clue about where we might be headed. So personally, I think the Beta Decima rule set is ripe to evolve into a rule set that can be applied to jungle terrain. I think that Games Workshop will, as they have already done with Tomb World and the Pariah Nexus, iterate upon what came before. And they'll probably take their Eldritch Ruins set, which is a kind of Death World Forest first foray that was dropped many, many moons ago. Again, I think the most likely candidate for Beta Decima's swimming pool kind of abstract concept would be perfect and more easily understood if they were applied to stands of trees or foliage within the Killzone. You've got to imagine, like, instead of having one giant brick of water in the middle of the board, a canopy or tree line would be present, and if your line of sight crosses that, then those special bespoke rules would come into play.